Hello everyone and welcome to an episode of a weekly Waypoint which is coming with all of the trimmings. That's right, you're getting the loading screens and the car selection and me being confused about which car to select and waiting for other players to accept, because frankly I chose team adventure, I chose ranked free-for-all adventure, and it was over a lot quicker than I expected it to be. And I don't want to do a 7-minute long weekly Waypoint, I want to do a 12-minute long weekly Waypoint so I can talk a little bit about E3, except not a huge amount about all of it, because as you may have already seen I rambled about it for almost an hour already. Go check that video out if that interests you. We are in the middle of a very exciting week for video games, and this week I am going to be talking specifically about, well, first of all, I realised as I was recording this video that I chose a livery with loads of sponsorships on it, and that's fine for me playing by myself, but I realised I'm basically advertising those sponsorships in this video by way of just having them on my car, which isn't particularly cool, especially considering Shell's got some shitty stuff about it as a company from what I remember. I mean, they're basically an oil company, so don't buy anything from them and don't use anything that's advertised here. Okay, I think I've covered all my ethical bases. Whoopsie daisies. Anyway, I'm going to talk about Forza Horizon 5 in this video. I almost said 6, that would be jumping the gun a bit, wouldn't it? And you'll have to forgive me if I'm not giving you all of my immediate hype, because I've already done that. That's in the other video. I've already spent about an hour talking about E3 in the last 24 hours, so forgive me if I don't sound as excited as you'd expect. I'm extremely excited. It's set in Mexico. There were rumours about this happening before it even came out, and I was initially a little bit skeptical about it. I wanted it to be set in Japan. I'm dying for a Horizon game set in Japan because I love Japan. I mean, I've never been there, but I love Japan as a concept, and I would love to. I mean, one of the things I love about this series is the amount of care they take in creating the world, and looking at Forza Horizon 5, that's not going away. Obviously, I've never been to Mexico, but if it's anything like the care that they took in recreating some of Great Britain, it's going to be a very accurate recreation indeed. And they sold me on it immediately. Mexico looks amazing, and it looks like a lovely change of pace, given that we've spent the last 4 years? Is it 4 years? Hang on, 3 years. We've spent the last 3 years in Forza Horizon 4 in Great Britain, and while it does look really good, it is a pretty one biome kind of a country. I'm super excited to be racing across like these desert looking canyon areas, to be racing across the beach, to be going to that fucking volcano. I've seen some people worrying that it's too dirt and mud focused, but I don't know, man. I think they'll put enough roads down. I think it'll be fine. I'm so fucking excited about it, but I have a reservation about it now as well, because I looked up more details about it since it was announced, and they've said that it's going to run at 30 frames a second at 1080p on the Series S, which is very concerning. I get that the Series S is obviously going to be the less powerful console, but it was very much marketed as, hey, this is basically just the Series X except it can't do 4K. It should be capable as the Series X in every other respect other than resolution. Not revolution, the Series X is better at toppling oppressive governments. It's a premium feature, you understand. And this doesn't seem to be the case, and I was worried this wouldn't be the case when the generation got a little bit older, and I thought that would be fine. If it really bugged me, then maybe I could look into when I've paid off my Series S, because I'm doing the all access thing, maybe I could continue it and just get a Series X and give this to someone else or something. But no, it's happening already. Now, to be fair, they haven't clarified. They have said there's a 60 FPS performance mode. They haven't clarified whether that means that it's going to have to be 720p. If it is, I'm not doing it. Or probably more likely 900p or something. If it is, it's still not doing it. I think it's more likely that the performance mode is still going to be 1080p. It's just going to be like lower settings, like PC settings. It's going to be worse graphics, which I don't know, man. I mean, that's fine. I'm obviously going to wait until Digital Foundry puts out a video about it or whatever, so that I can see for myself how this all shakes out. But at the minute, I'm kind of concerned. If I have to play this in 30 frames a second, I will. Forza Horizon 3 never got a 60 FPS update, and I enjoyed that when it was in 30 frames a second. But I really want to play this in 60, and I don't want it to look like shit. And to be fair, most games which have had performance modes instead of fidelity modes, they've had like no noticeable graphical change, but I think again that's because it's been the 30 FPS mode has been like not 4K, but what's one between it, You know the one I'm on about, the one between 1080 and 4K. All I know is that doesn't matter to me because I don't have a screen that can do better than 1080 60. But hey, it's on Game Pass anyway, so it's not like I'm going to have to drop £60 down and then find out if I like it or not. And I'm sure I will like it, even at 30 frames a second. It's a fucking Forza Horizon game. I love this series to death. It comes out in November, which is only 5 months away, but which is also 5 entire months away. I'm really looking forward to starting my car collection from scratch, to building that up again. I do hope they treat progression of car acquisition a little bit better this time round. One of my criticisms with Forza Horizon 4, as opposed to its predecessor, is that it does kind of throw cars at you in a way that means you suddenly have some of the best cars in the game very early on without even the VIP stuff. And it's a little bit like, oh, there's like no sense of progression of earning better cars, which most racing games do have at least a little bit, so I'm hoping that makes a return. It looks like they might be replacing Forza Fun Live with like an arcade style thing where there's mini games like you've got to smash a bunch of pinatas that appear. That's a very good choice. I think the Forza Fun Live stuff in this game gets old very quickly because you're literally just like, oh, do a speed trap over and over again until you hit the arbitrary limit. But yeah, it's one of those games where it's not necessarily like there's a huge amount to talk about it as to why I'm excited. Like, just look at what you're watching now. It's more of this, but better and in a different place, and it looks amazing. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. By the way, this guy, look at this. What a maneuver. What an asshole. That is classified in the Forza Horizon racing community as a dick move, and yet it's probably how he got his superior rating to the rest of us, so there you go. In other gaming news, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart released this week, and as I have said before, it remains my only regret when it comes to choosing the Xbox console over the PS5. Although to be fair, it's not like I made a choice between the two. If I'd chosen to go for a PS5, I just wouldn't have an Xbox or a PS5 right now. But goddamn, I want to play it so bad. It looks so good. It looks so good. I've been watching Ray Narvaez Jr. stream it. I think I've seen about an hour and a half of him playing through it or something like that. I'm going to be watching more of it as time goes on. But it looks... I wasn't worried about it, but like, I kind of expected that it would lose some of its traditional design, just because of how AAA it looks now. But no, it's still like... I was struck when watching it of how much of a Ratchet & Clank game it still is. Like, for instance, you've got each, like, this level that you start off on has a side area with a side objective to go and do, which is so Ratchet & Clank. Like, most levels have like 2 objectives, like a main one, and then at the end of a level, oh, before you go, you could go here and do this, and usually it gets you a gadget or something that you need. It looks gorgeous even through the bit-ratey, streamy shit that you have to deal with by watching someone else's stream. It looks so much fun, and I really hope to play it one day, and it makes me want to play a Ratchet & Clank game, and I might. The only thing that's holding me off of going back and plugging my PS3 in and playing some Ratchet & Clank is that I think if I want to do that, I want to make content out of it, because I've already played through those games so many times, and if I want to make content out of PS3 stuff, I need to buy a splitter cable, or not a splitter cable, a splitter, I forget what it's called, but it's basically something that lets you work around the limitations of capturing PS3 stuff. It's something that tricks the PS3 into thinking that it's allowed to be captured. It's only a tenner, but given that I've already bought the fucking capture card this month, I'm hesitant to drop any more money down, especially since it's very much a workaround which may or may not work. It's basically a little bit of hardware that allows you to output a screen to multiple screens, so I'm not buying it for what it's intended for, I'm buying it for something else entirely. But I don't know, man, maybe I'll do it and you'll see some Ratchet & Clank content in the future, who knows. I don't know if I can wait that much longer. For the moment, I'm still happy to be exploring other games that I can record with my my good old Elgato, and you're seeing it right now. I don't think I've ever shown off gameplay of... Oh, I have. No, I haven't. It hasn't uploaded yet. There's a miscellaneous shenanigans with some Forza Horizon 4 stuff in it, but that's not coming out for a while. This is a pretty good game to show it off with, because as you can see, it's a very pretty game, and you're seeing it in all of its prettiness. Mario Kart will probably be back next week, but I just wanted to have a game-appropriate background when talking about its sequel. I actually finished Let's Play Super Mario Bros. Those have been, they haven't been fully rendered and edited yet, but they've been fully recorded, and I'm still puzzling out what I want to see a Let's Play of next, so please let me know if you have any ideas. I would much rather make Let's Plays for people who want to watch that particular game than I would just like throwing out random games and hoping people like them. I mean, there's always the other Mario games, but I want to at least put one game between me and Super Mario Bros. To show that I'm going to be doing some variety instead of just Mario, then Mario, then Mario, then Mario, and so on and so forth. It could be a Nintendo Switch game, but I own. This is a caveat. It has to be what I own because I'm not necessarily made of money. So a Switch game that I own, or a PlayStation 4 game that I own, or an Xbox Series S game that I own or is on Game Pass. I'm hesitant to make content, Let's Play content out of my PC right now because I don't think I can connect my Elgato from my PC to my PC and have it record stuff like that way. I haven't truly looked into how to do that, but I think I would have to have a second PC it's recording to make proper use out of that. At that point I might as well be making a video just with shadow play like I could have done before, and the reason I hesitate on doing that is just because when you record with shadow play over long periods of time it tends to stutter. I think if I turn the mic off and record the mic through Audacity it should be fine, but on the off chance it does stutter while doing that, then the audio sync is going to go out of sync really quickly, and I don't want to deal with that. So yeah, I'm limiting it to console stuff for Let's Plays for now. I'm tempted to hop into Elder Scrolls Online and do a Let's Play in that, but A, that's going to be a really fucking long one, like even if I'm just doing the main story of the vanilla game, and B, I already kind of did that recently in a live stream. I had big plans to do the entire game that way through like stream throughs. And the ultimate reason why I stopped was because I wasn't happy with the quality of the stream, so that problem isn't there anymore. But I would have to do the main quest again, and I did it recently for Xbox achievements, and this would be like my third time in a row doing those quests, and I don't know if I can promise that I'm going to be very engaged with those quests if I've been doing them that often in succession, but that is a playthrough I want to do at some point in time for sure. Oblivion and Skyrim, again, I've just done them already, like on stream, I've kind of done them to death. I'd be happy to do them again, but I kind of want to try something new, so I don't know. So many options, so many possibilities. Also, my week off is sadly at an end, and I'm going to be going back to work, and my hours are shifting a little bit as well, so I don't know how that's going to affect my routine and my ability to make content. So I've got that to deal with as well. Wouldn't it be great if I could just not go to work and work off of this or something? Living the dream. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Who knows what the Nintendo Direct is going to bring, by the way. I'm scheduling this a couple of hours ahead of the Direct because I don't want it to get lost under all of that news, but I'll be at work when the Direct goes live, and I wouldn't have been if my hours hadn't changed, which is annoying!